as Donald Trump moves closer to wrapping up his race for the Republican nomination and intensifies his attacks on NATO. European politicians are finally beginning to openly share their concerns about the future of European security in general and NATO in particular. As former U.S. Ambassador to NATO Ivo Daalder eloquently explained, Trump's second presidency may not mean the end of the alliance, but it will fundamentally change it and mean that Europeans will have to defend themselves first. During his first administration, Trump made clear that his attacks on NATO were not just red meat for the increasingly isolationist base of the Republican Party. As president, he shocked even Europe's most proud leaders by refusing to ratify NATO's Article 5. In other words, saying that the U.S. would not come to the aid of another NATO country if it was attacked. This led then German Chancellor Angela Merkel, a staunch transatlanticist, to openly state that Europe must be prepared to go it alone. But 7 years and a Russian invasion of Ukraine later, Europe is far from ready. Of course, defense budgets EU member states have increased and military concerns are at the center of political debates. But some fundamental questions about European security remain unanswered. Should a European military alliance be created and, if so, should it be part of NATO? If yes, what should be its role and what new responsibilities will the United States have towards Europe? Whatever its specific form and relationship to NATO, it is absolutely vital that the development of a new European military infrastructure is not an elite project. Politicians and military experts are undoubtedly discussing many of these important issues right now, but very little of it is done in public. While national security concerns may justify the secrecy of some details, it is vital for both European democracy and defense that these discussions become part of wider political debates. There are at least 2 reasons for broader popular participation in shaping a new European army: popular participation and democratic control. The construction of a new European army requires large amounts of money and significant numbers personnel. If Trump's criticism is valid, it is that most European NATO members have largely had free rein on the perverse level of U.S. military spending. A European defense force less dependent on the United States would require significant increases in military spending at the national and possibly even supranational level. While overall defense spending is rising across EU, most NATO members remain below the 2 threshold they signed up to at NATO summit in 2014. Frankly, this is money that cannot be spent on other issues. Therefore, priority of military spending should be explained and defended to the public as part of political debate. View in full screen: French President Emmanuel Macron inspects troops at the naval base in Cherbourg, France. January 19, 2024. Stéphane LemoutonSipaRex.